good afternoon. It just turned afternoon actually on a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Anyway, I was just going. Obviously, we had a job um this weekend or this morning, and I saw something that made me say, what are the difference between a lot of business owners that you know that it might have a good plan, and then for a good 5 6 year run, and then something goes down, and then they're out, and the ones that manages to last. And I saw something today that kind of made me, because people say this about me a lot too, and what I want to talk about today is called pivoting. What's pivoting? Okay. Pivoting means that you go from one thing to the next. And the key is that well, people think that you seamlessly do it, and that you and it's real easy, but it's really not. Um, I'm just going to talk about myself, for instance. I was in this industry, and the places that I started noticing that were coming up that we were going to be doing had certain flooring and certain things that my company at the time wasn't doing. And as I you start there and you look, you say, okay, okay, and we weren't getting the new job. I mean, we still had our contracts with the old stuff, but the new stores and the new locations that were opening all had the same type of flooring, stuff like that. So I had to look, and I had to say, well, man, you know what? Golly, am I making money now? Oh, hell yeah, I'm making a lot of money now. But I'm being left out. And this is the future. Now, yeah, do I want to make money now? Yes. But I want to make money later too. Because what's going to eventually happen is that these locations that I'm doing now are going to, whatever, close up, switch their floorings and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to leave me hanging. And sure enough, what happens? You know, they no longer, a lot of them are no longer. But what I did is I had to make a tough decision, because now, of course, with the COVID and all this stuff with employees, I didn't have enough employees to do both. So I made a decision. And the decision was to move more into the future than the present or the past. Because, the present sometimes can be the future, because what ended up happening is that people started calling me about these flooring, and guess what? They pay 2 times, 3 times more than one job there. And plus now I'm set up for the future. Why did I bring that up? Well, why was I thinking about that? And it's because I seen the same type of deal happen just recently. It's an Asian couple, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you what, I mean, and people from other countries, man, they hustle. And that's why I try to be myself, and I try to not pay attention so much to Americans, but I pay attention to foreigners, because them jokers, man, they got drive. And it was a husband and wife team, and they had a little fish shop. And as you know, I mean, things is going rough for the fish shop, and they did the same type of deal, but they didn't just pivot. I mean, they just didn't do a little pivot like me. They went all out. Well, I guess it wasn't as big all out as but what they noticed is that their parking lot area of the store that they had was needing somebody to clean the parking lot. And so they said, you know what? This fish business isn't going too well. And so this Asian couple, husband and wife team, they got together, bought them little street sweeper, and now I see them every morning doing this job. Now, Are they going to continue doing this other thing? Sure they are. Like I continue doing honestly some of my past stuff. Like they call me, and if it doesn't interfere too bad, then I do it. But I'm moving towards the future. And that's what these guys are doing too. Maybe they don't see the fish industry anymore as the future seafood. I mean, it is kind of getting rough out there with all the shortages of seafood and this COVID, not letting people in, shutting down, and so on and so forth. Street sweeping is a pretty recession proof, because these places are still going to need their yard. I mean their parking lots cleaned and things of that nature. And so, what I'm saying to you, business owners, is that I've been in business for over 20 years now, and have I always done everything that I want to do? No, right now I'm not, because we lost a big ass contract, and so now this is where pivoting. This is where you have to be creative on how you're going to continue to run your business. A lot of people, when they lose a big contract, 100,000, 200,000, whatever it is, they just freak out. And then they just, oh, poor is me. No, you got to figure out, okay, how can I replace this income? And also, what can I do to secure myself for the future? And these are things, pivoting. Sometimes you do have to go back. Like, that's what I'm considering myself right now, is going back maybe to some of the stuff that I stopped doing as much. And I did, matter of fact, I did a job this weekend, we did it, and it paid a lot of money, and this is something that you do sometimes too. And it's okay to take a little step back, as long as you're setting yourself up for the future. You can take that step back, as long as you don't just completely lose out. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, this today is pivoting. The key is to always be looking for trends in your business, and you don't have to take and also how you can be a part of the trend. And it doesn't have to be a big jump. It could be just tiny steps at the beginning, and then eventually just find your way in there into that niche, and you'll be able to keep on going and always run a business. Well, good luck and have a great day.